Welcome to Tearsheet's Outlier podcast. This subscriber-only podcast is exclusive for our Outlier members. We go deeper with subject matter experts to take actionable steps that can impact your business and practice. Today's guest is David Donovan, Executive Vice President at Publicis Sapient. He leads the firm's North American financial services practice. Publicis Sapient is a domain-led digital consultancy that works with all the major investment banks. And that gives David a good view into what's going on strategically and operationally on the ground in banking. David doesn't mince words when it comes to digital transformation. For him, it's really a matter of life or death, and that's before we were hit with the COVID-19 crisis. He takes us behind the scenes to show how some of the top banks are transitioning to a work-from-home environment and how it's impacting his own as well as his clients' businesses and product development. We drill down on AI and how companies are really beginning to derive value from advances made there. Here's our Outlier Briefing on digital transformation in banking with David Donovan. To hear this audio and to access all of our exclusive member-only material, head on over to tearsheet.co/outlier.
Well, first, Zach, thanks for having me. My name is David Donovan. I'm an Executive Vice President with Publicis Sapient. I lead our North America financial services practice. Publicis Sapient is a digital consultancy. We are a domain-led consultancy who leverages emerging technology and best-in-class capability to help our clients reimagine their businesses for the future so that they can be successful. First of all, Publicis Sapient works with all the major global investment banks as well as most of the global investment managers and hedge funds and certainly government entities that are involved in finance. You know, our ethos has always been that the companies have to transform their business models and be digital, not only to thrive, but in some situations survive. And there's certainly numerous examples of that. Even if you look at the stock market now with the volatility within the market, it's not any secret, it's not any surprise that the companies that are digitally native have held up much better and in some situations outperform the market because of the very fact that they are completely digitally native. Only 17% of banks are successfully deploying a digital model. And another stat that I found telling is that pre-COVID, 43% of banks really only had like maybe a little bit of a strategy or a working roadmap. You're going to see a lot of M&A because one thing that COVID has done is it's created a lot of depressed valuations. So I think that's a perfect example of where people within these small businesses need this funding right now. And because of legacy technology, they're not getting the immediacy of that funding, where fintech has the ability to fill that void. I think you'll see more examples of that as we go on. Well, I think when you look at a company like Goldman Sachs, I think they absolutely get the urgency to be digital. You look at some of the technology and some of the offerings they've made in the marketplace. It's incredible. They're fortunate in some ways because they're not saddled with legacy technology.
And to access all of our exclusive member-only material, head on over to tearsheet.co/outlier.